guys, welcome to my channel Lexora by Sami. Today we will discuss about nature or characteristics of a company. Yesterday we understand what company mean. Now we are discussing about nature and or characteristics of a company. First one is the separate legal entity. The main characteristics of a company is its independent corporate existence. It means that a company is a legal entity or legal person separate from and capable of surviving beyond the lives of its members. It also refers to that a company is an association of people having a status and personality distinct and separate from the members constituting it. It means that no one can say that he is the owner of the company. Now the business belongs to an institution. Thus, the company continues to exist even if the members go on changing from time to time. There is an important case law for these characteristics of the company. First one is the Salomon versus Salomon. In this case, it was held that a company has an independent corporate personality which is distinct from the members constituting it. It was also declared that business belongs to a company and not to a single shareholder or number of shareholders. Neither case of Tata Engineering and Locomotive Company Limited versus the state of Bihar. In this case, the Supreme Court held that a company has its own separate share, separate assets from the members constitute. The second characteristics of a company is perpetual succession. An incorporated company never dies as it is a legal entity with perpetual succession. It means that the membership of a company may keep on changing from time to time, but it does not affect the existence or continuity of the company. We can understand it by an illustration. For example, A, B, and C are the only members of XYZ private limited company, holding all shares of the company. Now there can be transferred to EFG and inherited by EFG, who may become the member of the company as they are now the shareholders of the company, but the company will remain the same entity, same title, same assets, same privileges, immunities, etc. For these characteristics of the company, we can see a case law, Punjab National Bank versus Lakshmi Industrial and Trading Company Limited. In this case, it was held that perpetual succession means that the membership of a company may keep on changing from time to time, but it does not affect the existence or continuity of the company. A company has a perpetual succession. It means it has no soul to be saved and no body to be kicked. The third characteristic of the company is commensal. A company becomes a legal entity by its perpetual succession and also by commensal. Even the commensal is the symbol of its incorporation. It is considered as the official signature of the company. But now, after Companies Amendment Act 2015, it is not mandatory to have a commensal. The company may or may not have a commensal. According to Section 21, authentication of documents, proceedings, and other contracts on the behalf of the company shall be signed by a key managerial personnel who will be authorized by board. Now we have to understand who are the key managerial personnel. Section 2, Clause 51 of the Companies Act 2013 defines key managerial personnel. Key managerial personnel means the Chief Executive Officer, means CEO, or the Managing Director or the Manager. The Company Secretary, CS, and the whole-time director. According to Section 22, a company may, under its council, authorize any person regarding specific matters or generally to act as an attorney to execute other deeds on the behalf of the company. Such deeds can be in or outside India. But if the company does not have a council, then as per 2015 amendment, the authorization shall be made by two directors or one director and the company secretary. The fourth characteristics of the company is limited liability of the members. A company having its separate legal entity is the owner of its asset and is liable for its debts. Members are neither the owner nor liable for its debts. All the debts are to be paid by the company itself rather than the members. Members' liability are limited or restricted to the nominal values of shares taken by them in a company limited by share or amount guaranteed by them in a company limited by guarantee. Limited liability is the principal advantage of doing business under a corporate form. But there are certain exceptions where the liability of the members is unlimited. The circumstances are incorporated by furnishing false information. According to Section 7, Clause 7, Subclause B of the Companies Act, tribunal on application may direct that the liability of the members of a company shall be unlimited if any fraudulent or false information is being furnished at the time of incorporation. Second circumstance is fraudulent conduct of business. According to Section 339 Clause 1, during its winding up means the termination of the life of the company. If it is found that any business of a company is carried on with the intention to defraud creditors of the company or any other person, then the tribunal on application of liquidator may direct that any person who is or has been a manager, director, officer, and who knows the above said business shall be personally liable with any limitations of the liability. And third circumstances is misleading prospectus where the liability of the members is unlimited. According to Section 35 Clause 3, if it is found that a prospectus is issued with the intention to mislead or to defraud any applicant for the securities of a company, then any person who is and has been named as director in the prospectus will be liable with any limitations of liability. Here the prospectus means prospectus is a legal document which is issued at the time of issuing of the capital and which contains all the important information of a company. The fifth characteristics of the company is transferability of shares. Section 44 of Companies Act 2013 declares that shares or debentures or any interest of any members of the company shall be movable property that can be transferred in a manner provided in the article of the company. Article of the company means AOA, Article of Association of the company. Thus, incorporation allows the members to sell their shares in open market and to get back investment without any hassle of withdrawing money from the company. The sixth characteristics of the company is capacity to sue and be sued. Being a corporate body, company possesses individual capacity of being sued or suing others in its own name. A company's right to sue arises when any default or loss is caused to the company, for example, to property or to personality of the company. A company's right to sue also arises when any defamatory material published that may affect the business of the company. The criminal complaint can be filed by a company, but it must be represented by a natural person. It is not mandatory to be represented throughout by the same person or representative, but absence of such person may result in dismissal of complaint. Similarly, any default on the part of the company can be sued by the victim on the name of the company only. Company not a citizen. It is one of the characteristics of the company. According to the Citizenship Act 1955, only a natural person can be a citizen of India, not a juristic person. Juristic person means the legal persons. There are two types of person. One is natural persons and another one is juristic person or legal person. Natural person takes birth from the natural parents, just like human beings. But juristic person takes birth from the provisions of the specific statute. Not a juristic person will be considered as a citizen, same stated by the Supreme Court in the case of the State Trading Corporation of India Limited versus the Commercial Tax Officer. Even though the Supreme Court in the case of the State Trading Corporation of India Limited versus Commercial Tax Officer, in this case the Supreme Court held that even though the company does not have the citizenship status, but it can get the residential status through the incorporation.